Namaste, everybody. So good to see you all on this once again lovely, beautiful Sunday morning. So let's, Swatiji, straight away begin the process. Yes.
So, Shriji, our first question is on MahaKumbh only. We were talking about it. It's from Dr. Shivani. So, she's asking, thank you, Anishji, for clearly explaining MahaKumbh's profound significance. Nobody can deny the powerful impact of the moon on our water bodies, the vibrational effect of mantras on our neurostructure, and the presence of divine energy. I have a question. If one is unable to visit the Kumbh Mela in person, but receives some of the sacred tirtham, which is the holy water from Triveni Sangam, is it possible to experience the same spiritual benefits?
Okay. Okay.
Swatiji, are there any more questions related to MahaKumbh?
Yes, we have. We have one more question. Our next question is from Madhavi ji. She's also talking about the same video that she heard. Truly an eye opener. It's not an excuse, but I genuinely feel sad that I can't be there despite wanting to so deeply. Guruji, is there a way to be present, feel connected to the energy of Mahakumbh even without physically being there? Is it possible?
Hmm. Yeah.
Since the beginning of this year's MahaKumbh, there's been a lot of media talks, news, and generally I see almost everybody I meet is talking about MahaKumbh. Some are able to go, some are not able to visit. Tirtham, that's what we call such places. What is the significance of it? And if we are not able to go, what is the way out to still get the benefit of it? Let's look at it in a very different light today. Why were tirths created by the rishis, by the sages? Because if we look at the whole Vedantic understanding or our own life's anubhava, everything that we experience in life, we experience is within us. We don't experience anything outside of us. And the entire spiritual process is also about going inward. It is not about going outward. We're already, because of the five senses, we're always outwardly driven. The entire secret of joy, of love, of peace that we are trying to find, that secret lies within us, not outside of us. This is our own experience. And this is also the highest Vedanta or any spiritual philosophy or experience tells us. If that is so, if whatever we are trying to find, call it God, call it love, peace, joy, whatever we are trying to find, if that is within us, then why MahaKumbh is so important? Yeah. Why the tirths were created in that case? Because tirth is a physical space outside, right? That's how we perceive it. Look at it carefully. MahaKumbh, the significance is of the Triveni Sangam. Everybody is talking about Triveni Sangam. If you look at it, the Triveni Sangam is a place where three rivers are meeting. Ganga ji, Yamuna ji, and an invisible Saraswati river, which is invisible. Yeah. So there is a meeting of three rivers there. And on that point, we created this large MahaKumbh. Of course, there is a cosmological science behind it, astronomical science behind it, the alignment of stars, we talked about it earlier. But any tirth that we create outside in the world of matter has a representation or the origin of that is always inside your own body. We say what jo yatha pinde tatha brahmande, whatever is inside your body is also manifested outside in the geography, in the world of matter. The outside Tirath is only a device. Please understand this. The outside Tirath is only a device to turn your attention inward. It's not that only by going there you will achieve your nirvana or moksha. It's a device. Two things. One, if you're able to visit these profound places called Tiraths on special days, like the full moon day or any special day, recently we had Mauni Amavasya for MahaKumbh, then because of the planetary alignment, the impact of the energies are much more on your human system. That is an outward-inward phenomena. Brilliant. If you're able to go and get that shower of energy on your physical mental body, it's great because it will help you progress on the journey. It gives you nutrition, like you take nutrition from food to survive, sustain this body. Similarly, those days, those pilgrimages, those tirthas give you essential spiritual energy to do what? To again go inward. You're gaining this energy from visiting outside tirthas to utilize this energy to again turn your gaze inward. Eventually, the gaze has to be turned inward. That's one part of the story. The second is, as I said, every tirth is a representation of human system. Tirths were created because many of us were not able to tune directly into our own inner tirth. So they created outside tirth in the physical world so that we tap into that, gain some energy, through that we are able to tap into our own inner tirth. That's the essence. Now, Kumbh. Where is Triveni Sangam really? Where did it originate? Where are the three rivers meeting in our own system? You've heard the word Trikuti, the third eye. You've heard two physical nadis, Ida, Pingala. Your breath flows sometimes through Ida, sometimes through Pingala. You've heard about third nadi, the spiritual nadi, which is sleeping or invisible, unidentifiable directly, called Sushmana, the spiritual center. At this Triveni point, which we call the third eye or Trikuti, all the two nadis merge or meet the third nadi. The third nadi, the third channel of energy, which is flowing always from your base chakra to the highest chakra through the spine link. So Sushmana energy is flowing from the base of the spine to the top of the spine, top of the head, the crown chakra. And utilizing Ida and Pingala, you tap into this. But for that, you have to reach to a point where the three nadis, the three energy centers, are meeting each other. You have to tap into that. That is what is the third eye center. At this point, now science says the pineal gland. At this point, the three energy centers meet. Wherever these three energy centers are meeting becomes the most powerful center of energy to tap into your spiritual essence. It is the entry point, it is the portal, it is the gate. This is the real Triveni, where the three energies are flowing in your own system. To support this, to make you connect with this, the sages, the rishis created an outside Triveni, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, at the Prayagraj, where the three rivers are meeting, which is a representation or a manifestation of the three rivers meeting inward. So we created this entire process and tradition where you go take a dip at that particular point. The significance of, if you really are able to go to MahaKumbh, is to take the dip at that particular point. If you take a dip at any other point, the energies are not that strong. There are energies, but they're not that strong. At the Triveni Sangam nose, they call it, the energies are extremely strong. Many friends have reported back to me this year's MahaKumbh that after taking a dip at Triveni Sangam, Triveni means three, the meeting of three rivers. After taking the dip at that particular center, Triveni Sangam, something profound has happened in them. Something transformative has happened in them. They experience some essence of inner transformation. So, the consolidated energy is always at the merging point of these three rivers. For people who do not have very strong focus, their meditativeness is weak, their concentration, their awareness is weak, for them, visiting outside Tirthas is very important, because it gives you, as I said earlier, it gives you the required energy to then turn your gaze inward, and eventually, my friends, finally, you will have to take a dip in your own inner Triveni Sangam here. You will have to take a dip in your own merging of the point where the three rivers of energy are meeting in your system. Because that will give you permanent, unstoppable love, peace, and joy. This external visiting of MahaKumbh and taking dip at Triveni Sangam will give you love, peace, and joy, which will not last for too long unless you're able to make use of it. If you visit that, you take a dip, you gain the energy, you turn inward, and you go deeper in your spiritual journey, then it makes sense to visit the Tirth and gain the energy. If your system is little weaker, which in Kali Yuga, most of us have weak system. I'm talking about the spiritual, inner spiritual bodies. But if you only take a dip and think that everything is done in your life, no, it doesn't happen that way. That dip must propel you to take inner dip here. That's the entire essence. So the question is, if you're not able to go there, then how do we utilize this time? Most important thing is this kala, this time, this particular season of alignment of the planetary bodies. Because the impact of that alignment is happening all across. It's like the sun's energy is on entire earth. Yes, because of the equator, at some points, it's more dense, hotter climate. At some places, it's less dense, colder climates. But it's all around. If you're able to, even in the cold countries, if you're able to tap into, the mechanics, to tap into the sun's light, sun's rays, you can be anywhere and still gain sun's energy. So that's how the planetary alignment's impact is happening on the entire earth, wherever you are. If you're not able to visit the physical MahaKumbh and take holy dip at the Triveni Sangam, please start to meditate more. If you meditate 10 minutes a day, please start to meditate 20 minutes a day. And what do you do in meditation? In this particular, up to Mahashivratri, which is 26th of February, up to that particular date, the entire night of 26th of February, you increase your meditation time every day, little by little, and you try to turn your gaze, your awareness, your focus on the third eye, on your own Triveni Sangam, your own Trikuti here. Sometimes it will happen for half a second. You'll be able to station your attention at your own inner Triveni. Some days it will happen 1 second. If you're very lucky, it could happen 2 seconds. We're talking in seconds. Stationing your awareness, quietening everything around you, channeling all your energies, all your mental capacities here, and making it stabilized there. You can ride on your breath to do that. As you're riding a train or a bus or a whatever vehicle, to go to Triveni Sangam, you need a vehicle. From your home, you need a vehicle to go to Triveni Sangam at Prayagraj to attend MahaKumbh. Similarly, to reach your own Triveni Sangam here, you need a vehicle. You can't directly just manifest there. आप प्रकट नहीं हो सकते हो वहां पे. You need a vehicle to reach there. And vehicle takes time to reach, depending on the vehicle. So your sadhana, the process of your sadhana, the process of your meditation is your vehicle, riding which you will able to reach your Triveni Sangam. And the easiest and the fastest vehicle is your breath. It's a train which is always there. It is just waiting for you to board it. Here the train is waiting for you to board it. The breath is waiting for you to ride on it and reach your own Triveni Sangam. So slowly increase for next couple of days. Increase your time of meditation every day. And if you're not meditating every day, please, this is a very important time. Please start to meditate every day, even if that is 5 to 10 minutes every day. And slowly, every day increase, add 1-2 minutes into it. That is all we're talking about. If you're able to do that, the days when you will be able to stabilize your awareness at your own Triveni Sangam, believe me and believe in the process, that is your most sacred dip of MahaKumbh in your own Triveni Ghat. You don't have to go outside if you're not able to go. And about the holy water, yes, in our tradition, we've been always carrying waters from, the sacred rivers, to use that water in our rituals, in our puja rituals, in our temple rituals. Why? It's very scientific. Because of all the 5 elements of nature that we are made up of, Panchabhutas, the water element is the only element which has the capacity to store memory. So when this water is flowing on the ghats of Triveni Sangam, when millions and millions of people every day are taking dip in that water, the entire area is so charged with what? With the spiritual bhav of people visiting there. Nobody is visiting MahaKumbh as a party or to attend a mela. Nobody is going there to attend just a mela. Every person, be it a householder or a sannyasi, is visiting that place with very deep spiritual longing in them, with deep reverence in them, with deep belief and faith, with deep search, with deep quest, in the hope that I will find some essence of moksha. Nobody is going there for the karmic process. Everybody is going there for the ultimate moksha. When millions of people with that particular energy, that particular emotion are visiting one particular point, where is all this energy getting stored? Where is the memory of all of this energy getting stored? In the waters. Because water absorbs memory. Water holds memory. Water absorbs energy and holds memory in its cells. So, if you're able to get water from Triveni Sangam, You must get that if you're not able to visit that. If you're able to visit that, get some water and distribute it among your friends and family who's not able to visit. Few drops of water mixed into larger pots of water will multiply this memory and energy. On this principle, homeopathy's entire medicine is working on this very principle. We'll not go into the details of that. So if you're able to get holy water, mix it with one bucket, few drops in one bucket of water, take a bath with it, it's really powerful if you're able to do that. But if you do it only as a mechanical ritual, nothing will work. If you add your deeper emotion bhav into the process, the results will be much more higher, many times higher. Because mind has a certain power. Then you employ the power of that machinery also. So one machinery is your mechanical system. We call it body. The second machinery, second engine that you have is here. The thoughts, the brain. The third machinery that you have is your mind, which is all across your human body. When you employ the energies of all these three machineries together, that's when you're able to propel, add fuel, add a deep energy into anything that you do, any process that you follow. So that's about getting water from Triveni Sangam. And if you're not even able to get that for some reason, it's all right. Come back to your own Triveni Sangam. Yeah. So that is the reason in Indian system and many systems across the world, we worship the rivers. Water is holier for us. We take bath in holy rivers, sacred waters, just because of this. Because before us, lot of tapas, lot of spiritual energy has been infused in that water. Very powerful, very powerful. But with all of this, remember, ultimately, unless you take dip in your own Triveni, nothing will work. All these are aids. They are support systems. Support systems for you to get reminded of that eventually you have to turn your gaze inward. Every external system is a reminder of that. If you only get engrossed, attached, involved, engaged in the external system alone, then only the mechanical body is getting activated. Not much use of it. Then you wasted the opportunity. So utilize that, the Shakti, the power of this time, the Shakti and power of that space if you're able to visit, the Shakti and power of that water if you're able to get. Utilize all these aids. These are the tools to finally come to your own Triveni Sangam and take a dip here. That is the deepest purpose. Complete this entire loop and then love, peace and joy, which is not hindered by anything. That is when you will get the blessings, the gift of that. Yes? I hope it makes sense to you. Thank you. Ji Swati.
We'll take our next question. So our next question is from Katie. She's asking, Sri Anish ji, one of the most profound experiences on my path has been opening myself to you, my Guru, in my journey towards oneness. As my mental barriers dissolved, I felt a deep trust, gratitude, and reverence beyond words, seeing the perfection of each being and role in my life. Could you share a profound experience from your own realization of divinity and oneness?
Kitty, I will, in some time, I will actually write a book on my own journey, revealing everything that I've not revealed yet in great detail. Yeah.
And that will give you the entire perspective. But for now, two things in this. There are two angles in this. First is, this whole life, be it the life of matter alone that we are living, or the life of spiritual awakening that we are progressing towards. This entire process called life is a combination of millions and billions of experiences that we gain every moment of our waking time. Even during our sleep, we're gaining experiences. Through dreams, you gain experiences, right? This whole process that we call life, the breath, is nothing but a series of thoughts and experiences. The beauty of any experience is that it does not last. Every experience will come and go. The experience that you get while drinking a cup of tea is a great experience at that moment. After some time, it goes. The experience of love and joy remains with you for some time, then it goes. The experience of dukkha, the pain, remains with you for some time, then it goes. Then it all becomes a memory, and you are then, if you want, you can tap into that memory and relive that experience. So experiences become memory. The essential point here, Katie, is that experiences are non-permanent. Hence, I personally do not give much emphasis or importance to experiences. Even they could be deep spiritual awakening experiences. It's all right. Like any other experience, they will come and go. The essence in the journey is the state, which I call in Hindi awastha. Let's call it realization. Because when the realization happens, you are able to enter into a certain avastha, a state, which is non-changing. You remain in that avastha inwardly. Outwardly, you could display various moods, various emotions outwardly while dealing with the world. But inwardly, your avastha, your state remains permanent. That bliss, that love, that peace I talk about, that becomes your constant state. You live in that. It's like you become a fish which is living in water all the time. Now the fish is not thirsty for water. Now the fish is not searching for water. Now the fish is ever present in that water. And there is no experience to that. It's a state. There cannot be any experience to that. Yeah. But when we talk about experiences, I have tons and tons of them. They happen every day, Katie. Every moment some blast is happening. When I'm with myself, some experiences are happening. When I'm with people, some experiences are happening. Some experiences are very visible. Most of them are non-visible. Yeah. Very difficult to put things into experiencing terminology. You follow what I'm trying to say? So, don't get too stuck to experiences. The extremely important thing is the avastha, the state. Yeah, and when I meet you next time, I will see through you and see what avastha you're really stabilizing within yourself. Yeah, are you just chasing the experiences to be more outwardly joyful? Because a lot of spiritual people do that also. Yeah, they move from one spiritual party to another spiritual party. Yeah. Okay, so that's one part of the thing. The second part of the thing, Katie, is which is more serious in nature, is this whole guru thing that you talked about. Very important. Because, see, this entire process that we're talking about, it's also a process of transference. As I said earlier, when you go to a tirth, a pilgrimage place, some transference happens, not transformation. That happens, that too happens. But before that, a transference happens. You take bath in the Triveni Sangam and a transference happens. A certain energy which is there gets transferred into you. This transference happens everywhere. You go to a pub, the energy transference will happen. You go to a spiritual place, the energy transference of that kind will happen. With that transference, the transformation's possibility becomes activated. On its own, very difficult. Transference has to happen, which probably you are also calling as experiences. Yeah. With the Guru will never give you any enlightenment. But with any Guru of substance, the transference will happen. Transference of what? Transference of fuel will happen. There is a fire burning in your heart. I know there is a fire burning in your heart. That fires need more fuel. Otherwise, the moment you get engaged in a relationship, in an event, in a experience, each of this will extinguish the fire. Your engagement, involvement, attachment with anything will slowly extinguish this fire. Fuel is needed. Regular supply of this fuel is needed. With the Guru, the fuel supply becomes possible, which I'm calling transference of energy. Yeah. And the Guru will make sure the supply of fuel is never stopped. The process of transference is never stopped. And the fire every day will grow and must grow only. It's a play of fire. This is the fire which will burn through all your logics, all your concepts, all your experiences also. It will make you shunya, empty of everything. It will burn everything inside you. Rock. I'm a Shiva Bhakta. I love ashes. Rock. Very important. It signifies everything inwardly, whatever nonsense was there, is there, gets burned out. And what remains is just the holy smoke. And that is why in some tradition they will show Shiva as smoking. He is not smoking, but the significance is of the holy smoke. That is the reason you see that they put a fire pit. The rishis or the sadhus put fire pit around them. The fire is always burning. That's the significance. Everything must get burned in you and you become new, fresh, reborn. So what you will receive from the Guru is that. And hence this entire relationship that we establish in these spiritual systems is the Guru-Shishya Parampara. Guru-disciple relationship. Unless there is this umbilical cord there between the Guru and the Shishya, between the Guru and the disciple, the transference will not happen. There has to be certain connection between them, a certain recognition between both of them, a certain acceptance between both of them. The Guru must be able to declare that I take you as a Shishya, as a student, as a disciple. The disciple also should be able to make an announcement that, it's a great blessing and a joy and a gift that I'm receiving you. I'm able to get you as my Guru. It's a relation which is both ways. Both are in this relation. Both are blessed. Not just the disciple is blessed, even the Guru is blessed. Because both are getting a certain union. Something in them is getting fulfilled. Something which is not theirs. Something which is existential is getting fulfilled. You know, the great Guru, Paramahansa Ramakrishna, and the great disciple, Swami Vivekananda, when for the first time Sri Ramakrishna was standing on his terrace and saw a young boy called Naren walking towards the ashram, Ramakrishna started crying. There were tears of joy in Ramakrishna's eyes, who's a master, who's a guru of gurus. Seeing and recognizing a great disciple walking into the ashram. At that time, Naren is still not Swami Vivekananda. He's still a boy called Narendranath. He did not have eyes to see the Guru Tattva, the real God in the form of this human being sitting in front of him. He did not cry. He did not recognize. But this great being recognized the Shishya, the disciple. And of course, as we know the story, over a period of time of their association together, this boy called Narendranath became the great Swami Vivekananda. Transference kept happening. To his last breath, the transference kept happening. When Ramakrishna had left his body many years ago, he was not even in the physical form, still the transference kept happening, till the last breath of Swami Vivekananda. So this engagement, this relationship is very sacred and very powerful. And this must be recognized from both sides for it to work effectively. Yeah. So it becomes little difficult to, preparation is fine, but it becomes little difficult to enter into the deep waters of this love, peace, joy and bliss without this support, without this hand, without this presence. And that's the reason in the entire Indian subcontinent, to us this is the most sacred relationship. To us this is the most sacred and the most essential relationship. Here we even say that even relationship of mother and father, which is the deepest biological DNA driven relationship, is secondary to this. Yeah. So I'm glad you're finding your guru, and just don't chase experiences alone. Yeah. Hope it answers you to some extent. Thank you. Yes, Swati ji.
This question has come from Taranjeet ji. He's asking, it is very clear that every moment life is happening around me according to its own eternal laws, irrespective of my wishes. In order to live an awakened life, wise life, how do I relate to what is happening by itself all around me? It has also been said that all that is happening is the play of cosmic consciousness. It is a Leela. Do I have a choice to respond in a certain way to what is happening, or even my response will be directed by the Leela and I'm simply a spectator of the divine game?
Okay. The Leela. Number one, whatever is happening around me is Leela, is a play of consciousness. Absolutely. Whatever is happening inside of you also, your thoughts, your emotions, your possessions, your desires, is also part of the same Leela. The desire that you get, the thought that you get, the emotion of sadness, happiness, joy, whatever you get, is also the part of the same Leela. The cosmic consciousness is playing a great game. It's a great movie being played. So what's my role then? Do I have a choice, you asked? Two things you said. How do I relate to this Leela? This play of cosmic consciousness. Well, you don't relate to it at all. How do you relate to a movie? When you know it's a film being played, You stop getting associated with that. You don't relate with it. You know it was a drama being created on a screen. You move out of the screen zone. The drama ends in your consciousness. You don't carry the drama back in your memory or in your consciousness. It just ends there. Parts of it, residue of it remains in your memory. But in your consciousness, nothing remains. You move to the next drama that you then start to see. So how do you relate to it? You don't basically relate to it. You just watch it as a drama. The point number 2, how do I respond to it? Is that in my control? Yes, absolutely. That is in your control. It's like, are these breaths which are happening, are they in my control? No, they are not in your control. We call it an involuntary function of human body. Breaths are not in your control. Through pranayama, you can try and gain some control over the breath. But you don't have much control over it. You don't have much control. When will the breath finally leave you? You don't have any control over it. But what you do with this breathing, you have full control over it. Using this breathing, this swas, you can ride on this, make it as your vehicle, enter into your trikuti. That's one choice you have. Or using the same breath, you can, get irritated by the world. That's the choice you have. Using the breath, you can say galis, you can swear the world around you for everything that is not happening correct is in your control. So what you do with your breath is in your control. Breath itself is not in your control. So this Leela is not in your control. That's the biggest mistake we humans are trying to make. We are trying to control this outward Leela. Well, it will never happen. Because there are so many forces which are not in your control. Even you want to go from place A to place B, I have getting requests from, hundreds of friends. They want to go to MahaKumbh. They have money, they have time, they have breath going. But so many forces are not in their control, they are not able to go there. There are forces around you. Can you control the Leela? No, you cannot. So what can you do here? You sit back, enjoy the show. Which means, A, you don't relate with the Leela. It's just happening, you're watching it. A great witnessing consciousness we're talking about. Everything, all relations, all events, everything around in your life is a gift. You can consider even your enemies as sacred gifts because they are also trying to awaken you in some ways. Or you can crib about life situations. But everything that you're getting in this life, even this non-clarity that you're getting about spiritual thing, even this non-clarity is a gift. No matter how much desperately you are wanting to run away from this non-clarity, that's all right. That is your way of responding to this situation. You follow? This response that you're not able to get it and you want to get it, it's a response of the situation that of this non-clarity. Even that is a gift. And you are constantly making a response. All responses in this life are in your control. How do you choose to respond is always in your control. And that's the great gift that we have got despite this Leela. So Leela is happening at two levels. The outward Leela of people, things, places, events, and an inward Leela, emotions, experiences, memories, thoughts, pains and pleasures, inward Leela, of desires, ambition, inward Leela. Two levels of Leela happening. Not in your control entirely. Response is in your control. I'm getting a certain thought. How do I respond to it? I'm getting a certain emotion of anger. How do I respond to it? Is in my control. Now the beauty of this, look at now we are entering into something very interesting. The beauty of this is, step one, you start to manage your responses awarefully. Step one only. As you start to manage, gain control of your own responses, you start to enter into step two, where you start to gain control over your own internal Leela. Now your internal Leela of thoughts, moods, emotions, ambitions, desires will start to come in your control. Beautiful. Which means now your interiority, the Leela of interiority, is in your control. You will start to gain that control slowly. Once that is done, you will also start to gain control over elements of external Leela also. Some elements of external Leela, which means what? You will be able to create a world of your own choice, even around you. No matter how busy your house will be, you will be able to create your own small sacred place, temple, ashram within your own home. No matter how many people are around you which are so-called disturbing your sadhana, you will still be able to create a sangha around you of people who are on the path. You will start to gain control over the external Leela. Some elements of external Leela. Your, what is it called? Your zone of control will start to expand. Where did it all start? From step one, where what is in your control even right now is your response to the Leela, your response to internal Leela, your response to external Leela is in your control. But unfortunately, most of the time, even that control we are not exercising. A thought of anger, and then a thought of irritation, and then an emotion of anger emerged in me. My response is in my control, but I am losing that response. I have given away that response. And now the emotion of anger takes control over me and make me do things, make me say things, make me destroy relationships, make me create the life which is supposed to be divine into a hellish life, because I lost control over this response that I had control of. Do you follow? So first step, start to gain control, start to regain the control back of your own responses to the Leela of within world, the Leela of the world outside. Start to gain control over your responses. And how will that happen? The breath, the greatest vehicle that we all have got. Learn to ride on this vehicle. Jump on this wagon. Whenever you get time, this vehicle is always waiting for you to ride it. Even 15 minutes a day, if you come back to your breath, ride the breath, just the flow of the breath. This process will give you authority, empowerment, and energy to start to own and control your own responses to the Leela. I'm giving you a map. And then that control which you gain over your responses will give you access to control the play of the internal Leela, and then the access to control the play of the external Leela. Which you want to do, you may not want to do, is your choice. But this is how it happens. And the current Leela, how do I relate to it? Well, I don't relate to it. I just relate to the Shiva. I relate to love, I relate to peace, I relate to joy. Because these are not experiences. These are realizations. ये सत्य है. I relate to Satya and Satya alone. That's all. You start to relate to only the truth. And the truth is always in the form of love, which is prema bhava. Unconditional prema bhava is one manifestation of Satya. Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti, eternal Shanti, inward Shanti, is the second manifestation of Satya. Ananda, third manifestation of Satya. Yeah, you just relate to these three in this entire Leela. And this Leela is also comprising of these three. If you are able to tune into that. Well, that's a different science. We'll talk about it some other day. Yeah. With that, let's just close our eyes for a minute. Sit straight. Come back to your vehicle. The vehicle of breath, which has been waiting for you since the time you were born. The joy of breathing. Every in-breath, what a joy to inhale. Every out-breath, what a shanti it provides. Every inhalation, the great joy of being alive. Every out-breath, the great peace, shanti that it provides. And between the two resides the eternal prema, the eternal love. Love for Shiva, love for Shakti, love for all manifestation of divine. Let the word, all the words that you heard, let them go deep inside. Let this energy be settled in you. The energy of this great collective, our being together. All the sadhus in you coming together, creating this great MahaKumbh right now. Recognize this divinity, this sadhutva inside you, this great seeker inside you. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. We may open our eyes now. before I go, it's a darshan time. Can we all open our screens and have darshan of this great collective right now? Beautiful. So many beautiful friends all together. I'm able to see Vaishali, Dr. Rakesh, Vinay ji, Soham, Sharda ji, my friend Yazdi I'm able to see, Dr. Shailendra Prakash ji, Ranjana, Shyam Sundar ji, Dhananjay, so good to see you today. So many friends, Param ji, Katie, I may not be able to name everybody. Pratima ji, so many beautiful sadhus, sages are here today. Susha, it's such a divine experience to be with all of you. To me, it's a great opportunity to have your darshan. All great seekers with immense possibilities, sambhavanai. May you be stabilized in this love, peace and joy. May you realize your own inner Shivatva in this very life. May we all meet soon. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.